really cold morning. Um, yeah, I'm from Jersey and it's freezing down here. But if you guys don't mind, just let me know what state and town you're from, if you don't mind sharing. And if you haven't done so, feel free to just hit that subscribe button and become of part of the Jersey Rob Ryan um, family, I guess, the global family on YouTube. So and on a different social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky. So I'm going to do a recap of Lives of a Christian, which was a little controversial, um, a video series, but I think it's fun because I do think it's good to call people out sometimes when they say they do things but they don't really do things, even including myself. I A lot of these things I'm about to talk about that I even stretch the truth out in my life too. Um, but it's gonna be fun, and you feel free to write something in the comment section. You can write if you're offended or not, or if you agree in some of these. But the first one on Lives of a Christian series was an intro, and then I just talked about Christians love everyone. So a lot of times Christians, in my personal opinion, don't love everyone, and you'll see a lot in the Pride community. So let everyone know I'm not gay, um, and that's not the reason why I'm talking about this. I'm just saying the way it is. But Christians don't love everyone. A lot of times they're really harsh on the Pride community. They're really mean to them for no reason, and yeah, there's just in my opinion no reason for it, and to just get so weird in it, and they don't really love everyone like they say, and they'll act a certain way inside their house and be totally different in public and try to be lovey-dovey, like, oh, I love everyone, and sometimes that's not the case. I'm not saying so. All these stuff I'm talking about is not all Christians do this, but there's a decent amount. So I want to point it out. So they don't have sex before marriage. Um, this is one of the biggest exaggerations in the Christian community. Um, Most Christians nowadays are having sex before marriage. You maybe get like 5%, maybe it's probably not even that high of Christians following through of not having sex before marriage. Most of the time, they are, and that's a big lie and exaggeration. Even a lot of your pastors are having sex before marriage, but you figure like if you go on the stage, you're not going to like admit to your congregation, "Hey, I'm not following everything that's said in the Bible of not having sex before marriage." So that's definitely a big lie of a Christian. So, good morning, buddy. Um, Another one was they don't interfere in people's lives. I have seen and talked to a lot of different people um, that actually have walked away from the church because of interference in people's lives, or just getting too involved in it that it just turned them away from the Christian church. So that can be a big lie of a Christian, of not uh, interfering in people's lives, because that does happen a lot, and unfortunately, people just walk away through where they could have the beautiful teachings of Jesus and the love of Jesus, but they miss out on that and miss out on a community that could potentially love them because of people just wanting to be in people's business all the time. It's it stinks that happens. Um, all right, so this one was a little controversial, and good morning, Christine. Um, all right, so this one's a little controversial just because you can ask the question. Um, this one's a little controversial because the world has changed so much that this doesn't happen very often. And a reason is um, because of women's rights, wives submitting to their husbands. So now a lot of times it's more. Um, I'm trying to think of how I'm going to phrase this. This is just a different way of thinking nowadays. It's like okay, more equal. Both people have jobs, the husband and the wife. You can ask the question if you need to, if you want. Um, so both husband and wife are working, both taking care of the kids. It's a different world. So that's a lot of times why wives don't necessarily submit to their husband. They're both actually submitted to each other. Um, so that one doesn't happen very often. A wife submitting to their husband. It is what it is, and people can get offended over that statement. But and I'm totally for women, and I'm so glad the world has changed and women have gotten their rights and stuff like that. So, all right, part six, they never get divorced. I talked about. Christine, you can ask that question if you like. They never get divorced, but that actually one of the highest divorce rates is Christians, and but the reason why Christians get divorced is because we're human beings. Christians are human beings, and relationships just don't work out. You know, for whatever reason, somebody could have cheated, or whatever, or just it's just like any other relationship. It doesn't work out, and um, divorce rates by actually higher with Christians than actually atheists. Actually, I think stay together more. Um, than anybody actually. So I might be wrong on that fact, but that's what I heard. So yeah, so Christians are human beings just like everyone else, and they get divorced. So um, part seven, they are not judgmental. Sometimes Christians can be the most judgmental people and nitpick at people for how other people are living their lives, and not like Jesus said, look at the speck of your own eyes, right? That we have our own things that we need to work out before we're like judging other people. So, in part eight, they follow all the teachings of Jesus. That is definitely not true a lot of times. They do the reverse. And I'm guilty of that, just as like anybody else, because I'm attended a Christian church for a while. I watch Christian stuff online now, but they don't always follow the teaching of Jesus. You know, people are human; they mess up, and sometimes they say they follow the teaching of Jesus to make themselves look good, but a lot of times they don't. They don't always love each other, um, and yeah, so that happens a lot. And part nine was they read the Bible. Most Christians actually don't read the Bible. I think it's only I think I've read somewhere it's only 5% that actually read the Bible. So a lot of Christians will pick and choose Bible verses to throw at somebody to say, "Oh, you got to do this with your life" or whatever. But a lot of times they actually most of them don't even read the Old Testament, so they don't know any. There's so much they don't know about the Old Testament. Um, Pick and choose with the New Testament, but on a daily basis, they did not read the Bible. So anyway, that was a controversial one, but it was fun. And it is okay if you disagree with anything I just said. I would love to hear what you're saying. Lately, I've been not finding time to read my Bible and pray. All right. Thank you for that question, Christine. Um, Time to read about. You know what? I find. I'm trying to think of the. I would go audio Bible, Christine, and just do a chapter or two a day. Old Testament start off with Psalms, because sometimes when you read, you just um, like I read and listen, but I find listening could get you into actively maybe potentially reading it. But I think if you read to an audio Bible, I think that would be more helpful for you. But Old Testament, I would start with Psalms, stuff definitely poetry. I love Ecclesiastics, and I would most people recommend starting off with the Gospel of John. So, but my favorite gospel is Luke. So don't look at just necessarily reading it, but also listening it too, and maybe that gets you in the habit of eventually reading it. So don't get down on yourself on it. But I would say that definitely just take a chapter a day. Start off with some simple books like Psalms. Maybe do a psalm. Start off with Psalm. Do one, maybe like 1 to 3, maybe 4 chapters a day, just to get into it, because Psalms are short. And then maybe start off with a Gospel of John, or Luke, because Luke is my favorite one. I'm not gonna lie. So start off with that. Start off slow, and progressively work your way up. Don't look at it like long periods of time. If you get 5 minutes a day, that's a great start. So because life is busy, so start off with that, and then maybe. Okay, cool. I'm glad I will help you a lot. Yeah, yeah. So that the sound of the voice will help you stay focused on what they're saying. So um, I think it's called The Word of Promise. That's a good audiobook. So check that out. So thank you so much for the question. I hope I can help you on that one. So, but if you haven't done so, subscribe to Jersey Rob Ryan on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky. Subscribe. Let me say. I think I said that wrong. Follow Jersey Rob Ryan on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky. Subscribe to YouTube, like and share videos. And thank you guys for listening. And let me know what you think in the comment section. In the comment section, what I just said about Lives of a Christian. If you disagree with some of these that I said, totally fine. I'm not gonna be mad or anything. I'm curious to see what you're saying, what you say too about the series that I did. And you can go back in the recap and the playlist and check out Lives of a Christian. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of the day. And thank you, Christine, for the question. I hope it was helpful for you. And good luck on your journey reading or listening to the Bible. I think your Word of Promise is a good audio one. So you can download on Playbooks. I think on yeah. I think you can download that too. I believe. Oh, you're welcome. Have a great rest of the day.